Gilberts. Welcome to my gym. And tonight, this video is titled, Don't Do This in 2021. And I'll tell you what that is in a moment. For those of you that do not know me, I've been involved in network marketing for 41 years. I started in this business totally broke, sold a junk truck to get started, put $200 into my business. And that was 28 years ago. So for the last 28 years, I've been full-time and just love it. Love this profession. I've seen it change lives in such a powerful way. And I'm acknowledge some people who will come out of the shadows near the campfire and declare themselves. You can say your name, where you're from. And Jerry's the first. Hey, Jerry. That's right. Welcome to my gym. Jody Collins in Alabama. What's going on? Good to see you. Jody, I hope you're doing well. And hey, baby, Michelle Lin from Taiwan. Oh, wow. Good to see you, honey. And who else are we going to have joining? You notice I do these calls a little later now. I'm sorry about that. It's just, that's the way it works out a lot. It's amazing how busy you can be when you work from home. It's amazing. And Ciro in Tucson, Arizona. I don't know if it's cold out there or warm out there this time of year. Have no idea. I have never been there. And Cindy in New Jersey. Nice to see you, Cindy. Nice to see you on the call. I don't know if you got, we got storms breaking out here, winds going like crazy because warm air is, or cold air is mixing with warm air and it's creating, massive winds. So it's going to be a little crazy. We're expecting snow tomorrow. And Daniela, nice to see you. Hi. Good to see you. Don't know where you're from, but good to see you on the call tonight. So, yeah, let's get right into it. Why don't we? So I titled this video, Don't Do This in 2021. Don't do what? Okay, let's look back at this year. And you look at it yourself because we're all different in this area. We all have different things going on in our lives. We're at some stage in our business, good or bad. We have to look at it all, the whole picture. And who is that? Delia in Asheville, North Carolina. I love Asheville. I used to have a lake house outside of Asheville in Nebo. Lake James, what a beautiful place. Hey, Mitch, what's up, muscle man? So when I talk about don't do this in 2021, don't repeat things that you did in 2020 this year that didn't work for you. Let me ask you this. Did you do enough in 2020 this year? When you look back at what you did you really do enough? Now, we all have to answer this individually, right? Did you grow enough? in your personal development? Did you save enough for your future in terms of money, in terms of investment? Did you set aside? If you did all that, if you did those things, then great, congratulations. But for the rest of this time now, let's just talk about, this is basically for you who didn't, okay? And don't feel ashamed if things did not go the way you wanted them to go. We all go through this. Nobody started in this business perfect. Nobody started in this business at the top rank of their company. Nobody started in this business making 6-7-figure incomes. That did not happen. It never happened that way. You fail forward. You blunder your way to the top. That's how this works. The people that stick with it, though, and they just don't quit are the ones who, and that's always a small percentage, yes. That's true in any profession. They're the ones that, achieve those great goals. But let's take inventory. Take inventory of what you did in 2020. Take a look at it. Because, and just answer this yourself. Did you really commit the time to it? Did you really stick with a schedule? In other words, did you have your time planned every day through the week? And if you have a job and you work weekends, then that's fine. Or you work a little bit when you get home, that's fine. But did you stay with the schedule? Did you do it? Did you follow up with people? Did you prospect people? Did you work with your leaders? And did you commit to personal growth? Take time for that. Did you do those things? And the thing is, if you know you didn't do that, then you can take responsibility for it. Say, I should have did it, but I didn't. I really didn't do what I was supposed to do. I really didn't give it my all. Or I really didn't pay attention to myself. I just let myself go. I got negative and, all this crazy stuff going on, COVID and all this political infighting going on in this country, all this stuff. You got sucked into that. Okay. But what are you going to do in 2021? See, if you know this, you're in a position to change, aren't you? That's the power that you have right now, is that you can change. Now, the interesting thing is that we're all stuck on, different levels, in these areas. I mean, there's no one perfect, okay? I mean, we're all stuck. It's just, we're on different levels. Some of us are trying to get your business going. You're trying to make it work. Some of you are having some success. Some of you are successful. Some of you are very successful. But you all have one thing in common. You got the same problem. Because you didn't do certain things that you know you should have done. That's why 2021's got to be different for you. Because to repeat it, in other words, if 2020 is a repeat of 2019, what is 2021 going to look like? And is it enough? Do we really want to change? To have a breakthrough, you have to have a breakdown. And that is, you have to break down those very things that are holding you back. You have to analyze what that is. Take inventory, of this. Ask yourself those questions. I mean, think about it. If you've been working 10 years, how many more years of your life do you want to work? And out of those 10 years, how much do you have saved for the future? Are you really better off? If you don't have much after 10 years, what are the next 10, 20 years going to look like? What's going to be different? If you work 20 years, how much have you got saved? It's really pathetic when you look into the statistics of it. Most people, they're just a month away from being on the streets. Seriously. But after 20 years of working, if you look at it, how much have you got saved? What have you invested in? If it's not much, what are the next 10 years going to look like? And see, when you go into conference with yourself and you think about that, then you say, you know what? It's time to make a change. I'm going to do things differently. And that's the power in that. When you make that decision, say it's not going to be like 2020. or 2019 even. I'm going to be different this year. Things are going to change. So that's the area we got to look. We got to look at where we got to improve. To have a breakthrough, you got to have a breakdown. And that is break down those very things that are getting in your way. Sometimes it's just replay of failures. Maybe you just haven't had this kind of success in network marketing you wanted. Maybe in your company, you just haven't achieved that success. What good does it do to think about it? Let's just think about those things that if you do those things, that's going to change everything for you. And keep in mind, success is an inside job first. It's an inside job first. You have to, your business is going to be a mirror of your personal growth. So take time for that. Commit to that. Commit to personal growth. I had somebody reach out to me today, said, hey, they heard my story 28 years ago when I was bankrupt, broke, and then I got a set of cassettes from Anthony Robbins, Personal Power. He was saying, hey, what was that you were listening to? Because it was a cassette for every day. And for those of you that don't, if you don't know what a cassette is, okay, Google it. Oh man, this new generation of networkers, man, they're funny. Okay. But he said, what, and I thought, okay, maybe it's on YouTube. I thought, wow, look at that, it's on YouTube, Personal Power, day 1, then day 2, then day 3. I said, heck, man, it's free, man. I had to pay for this stuff. I think it was $179 back then, 28 years ago. And now you get it for free. Why don't you go back to that? Listen to that. If you've never heard it, check it out. Check it. I mean, there's so much free stuff. We didn't have any free stuff. We had to pay for everything. I mean, even back then, I can remember, a phone on a cell phone back then looked like a walkie-talkie. You're talking about $1 a minute. I mean, we were used to phone bills literally that were $1,200 a month. I mean, you guys have got so much free stuff and so little overhead, so little expense. The only thing that's got to change is the way you come to this, the way you go at it every day. Do it differently in 2021. Commit to the time, commit to the schedule. And then when you show up, make sure it's productive activities, not chit-chatting, not going into Facebook and giving likes to people's pretty pictures, productive activities. That's what's going to change it for you. That's what you want to do. So the thing about it is, keep this in mind. 2021 is going to be a landmark year. It's going to be a landmark year in that there's been so much economic destruction from COVID, and not so much from COVID. It's really from the politicians, from a lot of the politicians where they've locked down their states and they've destroyed those businesses. Those businesses, for the most part, are not coming back. What that means is this is going to create a whole new generation of entrepreneurs that are going to look for ways to do it differently. They're not going to be, they're not going to be going back to a brick and mortar business. They need to find you. And the way that they're going to find you is if you're out there. I mean, look what I'm doing right now. I'm pretty consistent on my lives, right? Monday, I'm there. Wednesday, I'm there. Friday, I'm there. And on the other days, I'm putting out value. How are you showing up on your page? How are you, are you reaching out to new people? Creating relationships, creating conversations, talking to people. Remember, sometime back, I did a live about reach out to 10 people in your Facebook network, send them a voice message, ask them how they're doing. If there's previous messages that you had with them, maybe a year ago, 2 years ago, look at it. If you need to reference it, fine, but reach out to them, talk to them. And if they don't answer you back, take them out. It's dead wood. It's dead wood. You're hurting yourself because the algorithm is just going to judge you as unpopular. So anything you put out there is not going to get much penetration anyway. So be different in 2021. Be committed for that. There's going to be a lot of opportunities, not just in your network marketing business. Look what's going on in Bitcoin, in Ethereum. And you've heard me talk about it before. The reason I bring it up is because I noticed just yesterday they voted on another stimulus package. It's funny, Nancy Pelosi says, that, each person's going to get $600. I'd like to see her live on $600. Incredible. But what that will do to the U.S. dollar by going trillions of dollars in debt, and the country was already broke to begin with. This is money they got to borrow from other countries. Crazy. What that's going to do is devalue the dollar so bad. It's going to make, and then people are going to have no confidence in it because we could go into hyperinflation. They're going to run to Bitcoin. They're going to run to Ethereum because Biden can't devalue it. The crazy politicians can't devalue it because they don't own it. And I'm amazed how many very wealthy people who paid attention to these trends are wealthy because they did pay attention. Your network marketing money gives you money to be able to invest in things like that. Also vacation rental property, maybe the stock market, tech companies, new startup tech companies. I mean, there's going to be a lot of opportunities. But the thing about it is, it all begins with your network marketing business. And working that business so you can generate the income so that you can have multiple streams of income. I mean, it's really worth taking stock of that. And having said all of that, here's the other thing too. I'm not all about the money. Of course, I do these lives because I want to teach about the business. If I was a doctor, I guess I teach medicine. If I was a lawyer, I guess I would teach law. So if some of you might wonder, why does he always talk about business and money? Well, that's because that's the business I'm in. Okay, I'm in the business of network marketing. So what am I going to talk about? Now, yeah, once this is over, if you want to come over here and have coffee and talk, we can talk about a lot of things. Talk about music. I love music. I love to write, songwrite. There's a lot of things I love to do. But when I do these lives, I'm trying to give value to you, to give you some kind of sense of direction of where you can take this. Keep in mind, we're just like the mariners of old. The mariners of old were off course most of the time. You have to find that North Star. That's right. And that's what I'm trying to give you, is the North Star. I'm trying to give you some direction where to go with it. Having said that, I think the most important thing, more important than money, is the spiritual person that we all are. We have a spiritual person inside us. That's who we are. What grows that is not money. Money can't grow that. You're going to have to take that to God in prayer. And if you get out of the way and ask for his help, he can grow you. You'll find a lot of happiness. Network marketing is about freedom. It's about freedom. Freedom to be able to take time, more time to do those things. And then time for your family. And the people that oppose it the most are the liberals. They're the liberals, the fascists, the socialists out there. Yeah, they want everybody to be equal. Yeah, equally broke. Broke and miserable. Hey man, how do you feel? Yeah man, I feel terrible. Yeah, I feel terrible too. Isn't it great? Socialism's awesome, man. Hey, we're just like Venezuela. Here's the thing, you're going to have to fight for those freedoms. But the thing is, you can take charge of your own financial future. And just understand network marketing can do that for you. But be different in 2021. Now, here's what I'm going to do. On Saturday, I don't usually do this, but I'm going to do my 90-day plan that's in my book. I'm going to do a training on that. And I do it in 3 segments. I do it your first 30 days, your second 30 days, and your third 30 days. Not too many people I've seen ever explain it the way it should be explained. They just say, do it, man, just do it. Make the names, get everybody committed and go run, go do it. Okay, do what? Well, that's what I'm going to talk about. And when we talk about a 90-day plan, even if you've been in your company for years, it doesn't matter. You can have a 90-day run. You can have a 90-day run. If you're new to network marketing, you just started, that's great. Then you're going to have your first 90-day run. Either way, if you want to load my lives and get your people on, and wake them up so that they, come January 1st, they're off and running. Instead of you're trying to wake them up and the next thing you know, it's February 1st and a whole month has gone by. And they finally woke up, they finally could smell some coffee. If you don't want to start your new year that way, then you can plug into these lives, get your people to. So Saturday, I will do that. And I prefer doing it at 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock in the afternoon, that's Eastern time. So for those of you in Asia, that's still not bad because you guys never go to bed anyway till about 2 or 3 in the morning. So it'll work out fine. So I'm going to talk about Saturday, your first 30 days. And that's going to be especially important for new people, but it's important for you because even if you've been in your company for years, you need to know how to teach it. You need to know how to teach it. And it is in my book, Reaching the Peak. But I'll be, expounding on that more. So I plan to do that then. So anyway, I look forward to seeing many of you then on Saturday. And I'll put out some value. Well, we still got this week, don't we? So this is, I lost track of time. See what network marketing does to you, man. You lose track of time. So yes. So I probably won't do much on Friday because of it being the Christmas holiday. Who would want to listen to me on Friday? No, anyway, no, that's fine. That's why we're going to do this on Saturday, okay? The day after. So have a wonderful time. Hey, Mitch, have a wonderful time with your family this holiday season. Be safe, okay? Just be safe. And look forward to seeing you then. Thanks for joining me tonight. Take care.